nice to see you, Jack. I'm rehearsing down the hall, and I am such a fan of yours. I know it's your opening show, and I don't want to disturb you, but being a fan, I couldn't resist coming in and wishing you good luck on the new year.
You know, I'm starting a new year. I want this to be the greatest year that I've ever had in television.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally, I want a pattern after the best shows that I've done in the past. And as you say, you've been a fan of mine.
I am.
What was the best show that I did this last year?
Well, I didn't see any of your shows last year.
You didn't?
No, I didn't see any.
Well, you said you were a fan.
I am a fan, and I just can't watch you on television, Jack.
You never watch me on television?
I never watch you on television. You know the reason why? Now, let me explain. A fan I am of sure, but I want to remember you from the old days in vaudeville. The first time, for instance, my father and uncle took me to see what they call a real pro. They took me to see you, the greatest entertainer of all time. I sat in the theater and I watched the master at work. And when you did the things you did, for instance, when you opened up that act of yours in vaudeville in the old days, and you sang that song, I'll never forget it. And then they nursed it. They rehearsed it. And then they gave out. That was the man gave birth to the blues. You did. I remember so well. I know it. I can still see it. And then you went right to the drums. It was fantastic. I went to the drums. You had them guessing. They figured, well, you must be tired now, but you had more energy left, and that's when you went into your dance. 1, 2, 3, 4. When did I ever do that? It was really something to see.
Sammy, I didn't do those things. I can't sing. I can't dance. I can't do imitations. I can't play the drums.
You can't?
No.
Then I guess that's why I don't watch you on television.
At 6'9" tall, our next, did some spit just shoot out my mouth? Look, I said tall. At 6'9" tall, I'm sorry if it did. At 6'9" tall, our next guest doesn't have to look up to very many people, but there is one person he does have to look up to, and that person is only 5'6" in heels. The lookie is Sammy Davis Jr., and the looker is the Magic Man himself, Mr. Irvin Magic Johnson.
I grew up in Lansing, Michigan, and I had the advantage of being able to go to grade school, high school, and college. Sammy Davis grew up in Harlem and didn't have that opportunity. Sammy never went to school. He couldn't read or write. As a matter of fact, when Sammy was 16 years old, working on the road in clubs and little theaters with his father and uncle, He still was basically illiterate. He did know, however, he was going to be a star. So he would practice signing his autographs in between shows backstage. So he would practice writing different names to Bill, to Jack, to Mary. And sure enough, one day after the show, a busboy approached Sammy and said, "Mr. Davis, could I have your autograph?" Thrilled and excited and ready, he whipped out his pen and he said, "Sure, you can have my autograph, my good man." And he said, "Who should I put it to?" And the busboy looked up at Sammy, and he must have been real short if he looked up at Sammy. And he said, "Make it out to Raoul." And Sammy said, "I'll get you later, pal." Sammy now knows how to spell Raoul and a lot of other things. So Sammy, I like your autograph. You can make it out to Irvin Magic Johnson. Wait a minute, that's E-A-R. Or you can just make it out to Raoul if you want.
Guess who's coming out next? It is a great honor tonight to be here in the presence of such a great man, and I feel particularly honored to be standing in front of all of you. And the biggest honor of all is being able to introduce this next man. Ladies and gentlemen, Stevie Wonder. Sammy, us all being here tonight is our way of saying to you how much we love you and how much you've been an inspiration to all of us. And yes, I can say, and I hope I can speak in behalf of all of the other artists and performers, actors and actresses here tonight, that we hope that we can, in our careers, be as great and as giving as you have been in yours. There was a time in my life when a song that you did, a few years ago, I listened to this song, and I used to do it on the show a lot, and in fact, when I was going through the musical transition in my life, and those were saying, well, by the time he gets 21, it won't be happening anymore. And others said, well, you shouldn't move forward and do the kind of music you wanted to do. Well, I felt that I had to do the things that I really felt in my heart. And because of this song, it inspired me to do exactly that. And you sang, whether I'm right, whether I'm wrong, whether I find a place in this world I'll never belong, I've got to be me, I've got to be me, daring to try to do it or die, I've got to be me. Daring to try to do it or die, I've gotta
Danza, Reverend Jesse Jackson, Quincy Jones, and Michael Jackson.
The days dwindle down to a precious few. I would...
Hold it!
What?
I don't believe what I just got through hearing.
What are you doing?
Burl singing a ballad?
Well, I don't understand what you mean.
I can't believe that you're serious. I just don't believe it, Milton.
I thought that I would do it because I thought it would be a change of pace in the show, you know?
In a swinging review like this, Milton, look, I know you're the greatest comedian in the world. You're also a marvelous serious actor.
Thank you.
But this kind of a show demands what you invented.
What do you mean?
Stick, physical bits, all of the hokey visual things, you know, slapstick,
no.
all of that.
I don't want to put you down, Sammy, but all that's well and good, but slapstick hokum comedy today, I think, this day, isn't funny anymore, Sammy. It isn't funny.
You're putting me on.
No, I mean that. It isn't funny anymore.
Come on, Milton, I don't buy that. I heard you lecture on comedy at UCLA. And do you remember when you were telling the students about a Laurel and Hardy picture where Oliver Hardy got the biggest yuck in the world because he did this to Stan Laurel. Then he proceeded to do that. Then he gave us one of these. Now, you mean to say that's not funny?
It's not funny.
Excuse me, Owen. You remember when you were talking about the Keystone Cops and you did the stand-in bit prior to that, the makeup man came over to you, I remember it very well, and went, "Makeup!" Now, just be fair. You mean to tell me that's not funny?
That's not funny.
Wait a minute. You remember when you were talking of the Keystone Cops? If you were a Keystone Cop, right, and I was a guy with a seltzer water, you mean to tell me if I spritzed you like this... Now, you mean to say that's not funny?
That's not funny.
Don't leave. Now, Milton, you mean to say if I took this pie...
I went like this? Now, that's funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Danza.
By the time Sammy was 9 years old, he'd already been dancing professionally for 5.5 years. And one day, Sammy said to his father, "Hey, Dad, I can outdance you." And his father said, "Oh, yeah? Well, what makes you think so, Sammy?" And Sammy said, "Well, because, Dad, you taught me everything I know." And Sammy Davis Sr. looked at his young son and he said, "Yeah, but Sam, I didn't teach you everything I know." Well, Sam, I don't know much. And I got to tell you, after watching you and Gregory dance, I'm not sure I want to do this anymore, but anyway, we worked up a little routine, me and your friend Pat Rico, and I'd like to do it for you right now. And what the hell, I'm a white guy, so. Gentlemen. That's kind. Anyway, to mention another tap dancer, whenever Sammy met Fred Astaire, you're laughing now, huh? Mr. Astaire always greeted him by saying, "Hello there, tap dancer." And Sammy would always reply, "Not around you, I ain't. Around you, I'm a singer. And around you, I got a sitcom." You have to remember that. Well, thank you. Well, whenever Fred Astaire met Dean Martin, he would say, "Hello, Dean." And Dean would reply, "Oh, am I in town?" Well, Dean's in town tonight, and here he is, Mr. Dean Martin. Right here. There you go, sir. Knock him down, Dean. That's your mark.
Well, Sammy, I can remember those great times we had together at the Sands back in the 60s. You, me, and what's his name? Remember all the fun we had making those movies together? Sergeant 3, Private's Nothing. Ocean's 11, Gone with the Wind. We weren't in that. Frankly, Sam, I don't give a damn. I could go on with this trip down memory lane, but I think you'd be more interested in these wires that came in from all over the world. Just made that up. They asked me to read these because I have my own glasses and a lovely voice. Here's one from Hollywood. Dear Sammy, you have always been a class act, and I've patterned my career after you. Signed, Roseanne Barr. From overseas, dear Mr. Davis, please stay away from my daughter. Signed, Mother Teresa. I'm sorry, that's signed Teresa's mother. And here's one from the royal family. Dear Sam, the kids join us in congratulating you on this great event. Signed, Debbie and Charlie Royal. Here's one, would love to be with you tonight, but I have to be at the Sammy Davis 60th anniversary celebration. All best wishes, Dean Martin. I better get out of here if I'm going to make that. I'd like to add one more little wire before I leave. Roses are red, carnations are pink. If I had your talent, I wouldn't have to drink. Can I do that?
Ladies and gentlemen, Reverend Jesse Jackson.
This is a tremendous moment in history, pregnant with so much hope tonight. Walls have been tumbling down in Poland, Hungary, Berlin, Namibia, New York, Virginia. People are crossing. People are crossing the ancient boundaries of race and sex and religion to affirm the oneness of the human race. None of these walls fell down because of corrosion or inevitability, but because of the persistence of people who chipped away, who risked their lives and careers even when their fellow men did not understand. Sammy Davis Jr. has been chipping away at that wall, breaking down barriers, seeking to find that spot on the compass in the affairs of human history where lions and lambs lie together. And neither would be afraid, and they could say they war no more and beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. To do so, Sammy, to play such a role requires perseverance of extraordinary character. To you, Sammy, suffering breeds character. And character breeds faith. And in the end, faith and hope will prevail. Dr. King and the host of heaven smiles upon you tonight. You've never let us down, and we love you so much. Keep hope alive. Love you.
You were there before we came. You took the hurt, you took the shame. They built the walls to block your way. You beat them down, you won the day. Taught them all, you made them care. Yes, you were there, and thanks to you, there's now a door